How we doing?
A little impromptu episode. We're in sweats. We're in cozies.
I'm just trying to give the people what they want.
Yeah. Should I say the thing? I'll go first.
Say the thing.
So yesterday we had some people over. We had some nice little charcuterie to start. Ordered a bunch of Chinese food. Emily picked up ice cream for dessert, and we made chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, we had a night.
So me and Joe were like going, we're going to the, everybody eats the Chinese food. We have a good time. Everybody eats dessert. Everybody leaves. Joe sleeps over. We go in for seconds, me and Joe.
Yeah, we did.
And then as we're making our second plates, Joe goes, oh, man, I just haven't let it go. I just haven't really let it go in such a long time. And then I was just like... Same. I also haven't let it go. And then I realized I really was sitting with that for a couple minutes, and I was just like, that's why he looks like that, and I look like this. That's why he hasn't. I'm like, what's that? I'm like, you don't let it go every night? It's like you're not strong until 10 p.m. and then just crumble under the pressure of life and eat everything in your kitchen.
You don't just chow it all into like a few minutes a day of
Yeah.
I'm
You really lock it up.
I lock it up pretty
Inspiring. Inspiring, Joseph. I'm going to be thinking of you this week when I try and get back on the horse,
Oh,
people.
my God. Bro, that's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry I put
No,
you there.
it was a good piece of. You just said
maybe
that, and
this
it
will
was
make
just discipline came through.
Yeah,
and I was just like, I don't do that.
Food is easy for me to discipline until once I'm like, I let it go, and then it's like I can lose control.
So let me ask you something. You come home from work.
Sure.
You go to the gym.
Yeah.
And then you eat dinner.
Yeah.
And then you don't have.
No, I don't keep snacks in my apartment.
You don't keep eating after dinner.
No, hold on. I want us to see something real quick. No, we're good.
You don't.
No.
You stop every night.
I stop every night. Listen, are there nights? Most nights am I like, I wish there was something in this place to eat? Yeah. But that's why I don't keep it in there.
Yeah. Emily, can you please be awesome and grab us 2 waters?
Oh, that
I have
would
some
be
cotton
awesome.
mouth immediately. I
That
love
would be
you. Thank you.
awesome.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I keep it pretty tight. But
All right.
I want to let it loose. Like, dude, if I
We all want to let it loose, is what
If I have a pint of like Haagen-Dazs vanilla bean in the freezer,
Right.
it's getting cracked open. Like
Okay.
when I smoke my like nightly joint to go to bed, if it's there, it's getting got. So I don't keep it in the
Monday
house.
through Friday, though.
Monday through Friday. Even on the weekends,
used to be able to do
pick
that.
my spots. Like I'll let it loose for like dinner, but then I won't have dessert, or I'll like have like a chill dinner, but then I'll get some
God,
dessert.
what a just life struggle that is for me, And I really want to kick it,
But I didn't always. Like as a kid, I let that shit go.
Well, it's like you're a kid. You're not thinking about it.
Right. Like it's not like I was always like.
I mean, you don't want to know the things I used to do.
I do know. A little
when I was
bird
a
told
kid.
me about a story. I think I might be fucking up the
Timeline?
details here, but I'm pretty sure there was a period of life where you were hiding candy bar wrappers.
Allegedly. No, this is, oh my God,
wow.
a DC.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Wow. 10 points for Gryffindor. That is just amazing.
Wow, what a fucking wife you got on.
Greatest in the game.
Oops. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers, buddy. Yeah, so.
I just want to
My
get
parents-
This. Hold on, I want to get this going real quick.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
My parents made we made like a little movie theater in the basement. And then we had a mini fridge down there, and then like we had a old school popcorn maker. And then when they first started the movie theater, they like packed the fridge with just like so much candy, because like we went to like Costco and just bought like so much candy.
Yeah.
And there were like maybe 200 Reese's.
It's a lot of Reese's.
And then like one day my mom was just like, all the Reese's are gone. And I was like, that's crazy. And she was like, Dylan, you're the only person that hangs out in the basement. Yeah.
What's the fattest you've ever felt? From like whether you drove yourself and then you looked in the mirror and you were like, huh, or like when someone said something to you where you were like, hey. What was the fattest you ever felt?
That's a great question. The memory that's, who knows what it actually is, but the memory that's coming to mind is when I was on the bowling team senior year.
The Fat Man's.
Yeah.
Fat Man's gold medal.
I was on the bowling team senior year with my friend Timmy, and we used to go to Wendy's after and get Baconators.
Yeah.
And then I would go home and eat dinner also. And I would just be full because I didn't want, that's where the double dinner joke came to.
One of his best. Dylan's first ever
Some
stand-up
people
joke.
eat one dinner. I eat 2 dinners.
We called it in my house.
Double dinner.
Double dinner. I feel like that joke would have been good if you came with a clever title for the double dinner.
That was the first.
Double dinner is not a catchy tune.
It's almost the what's happening over there?
Calisthenics.
Calisthenics.
Oh, your backpack match. Oh no, not really.
But yeah, to wrap that up, we don't have to keep talking about my traumas.
Well,
it's just,
I felt very fat before.
It's good to know. It was just an interesting thing to hear, and I'm gonna really fucking try and lock that in my psyche.
You're welcome. I think you're welcome.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll help.
No, dude, it's
That's
you need
so
shit like that.
Fucking funny.
You need
dude.
shit like that. What was the thing you were gonna say? The story.
I had something crazy happen this week at work. I probably shouldn't use her name.
Yeah,
Someone
don't.
I work with.
Okay.
She was like telling a story. She was like, it's so gross. I don't know if I could say it. And I was like, oh, like how bad? Like, would you shit yourself or something? Like she was saying, like I have this something disgusting that I did. And I was like, would you shit yourself? Like how bad could it be? She's like, no, it's worse. I was like, worse than shitting yourself? I was like, you have my attention. So, long story short,
yep.
she had a pair of jeans she was returning. She was like sending back and exchanging. She had already ordered the new one. She was sending back a pair of jeans to Levi's. And in the middle of the day, like she was showing somebody the jeans, and they had them on their desk. She went to the bathroom. Like she said, she's like, oh, I have like some cramps or something. Goes to the bathroom. She had her period. Mm-hmm. She had her extra. She always brings extra underwear. She changed her underwear, cleaned up, had it all taken care of, no problem.
Right.
These things happen. But she had these dirty underwear with like some blood.
Okay.
So she grabs a Ziploc bag.
Here we go.
And she throws them into like the gift bag or whatever with her return jeans. Forgets about it. Sends the jeans back to Levi's with period blood underwear in the bag. Mm. And now it's just like waiting to see what happens.
Did she get the return money?
Just happened on like Thursday. We have no idea what's gonna. I'm like, what? Like you're that guy at Levi's. You're like, we got a return. Whoa!
Yeah,
like you open
yeah.
that. I'm like, damn, but no, gross.
That's
Dude,
tough.
That's brutal.
I think she's gonna get returned the money.
I feel like you can't, because then immediately in my
I feel
head,
like, dude, the people that are in the return industry, dude, we both spilled on our sips.
Damn, on your DC.
Yeah, I think that they're gonna get a return. I think they are wearing gloves. I think it's a fucking machine operation. I think they're in the back of a warehouse and they are just ripping through shit, throwing it aside, ripping through shit, throwing it aside.
Where's the line, though?
Or it's dead ass a robot.
I don't know if it could be a robot, because like if the jeans come back tarnished or something, like they have to be in good shape. But like this is the thing, they can be perfectly good jeans, but you put them next to period undies, they're not good jeans.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, it's tough.
It's
the people
no longer
that
jeans.
is going to be a wild hour in that Levi.
It's going to be a huge
warehouse.
work story.
The whole story, yeah. There's going to be another podcast of people trying to quit their jobs and be like, "You're never going to believe." You know,
like
I work in the Levi
Life podcast.
Yeah. That's crazy.
There's going to be a story somewhere else. The other side of the story will be told.
Yeah.
They probably have a larger audience.
That is the funnier. The receiving of that, not the sender.
Dude, I'm
That's
at
pretty
work.
tough.
I opened up a bag and there's just bloody. Also, I guess you assume they're period underwear. But does part of you, if you get that, like, do you have to alert authorities if there's bloody clothing that you just were sent?
Yeah, that's like, okay, now we're bordering like an SVU case.
Right. Was this a cry for help?
Right.
Am I returning my jeans for help?
Okay. Probably not. But maybe.
But not, listen, there's not no people who would think, we got to call somebody.
Maybe they'll call her and just be like...
But they might. They have her contact info. Yeah, right. Oh, that's a call I don't want to get.
A lifetime ban from Levi's. That's cray.
Yeah, dude. Oh, National Insurance Brokerage, where shit happens.
Dreams are made. I
Yes,
can't
sir.
believe she told you that. Honestly,
We're pretty fucking tight. She
Okay.
told the whole office, though. It was a whole thing. The whole office was like, "Did you fucking hear about the fucking?"
Oh, that's pretty funny.
It was
then.
funny.
Yeah.
When we told our VP, when we told Drew, I was like, "Drew's either going to be like this, you know, this is the line. I'm your superior. Like
Yeah,
you can't
yeah.
tell me this," or he's gonna. And dude, he pissed himself. He's
Right.
like, "No fucking way!" Like he lost it. It was great. You leaving it? Later. Yeah, it was good stuff.
Yeah. Let's do a little draft.
Yeah, let's do
Okay.
a little draft. Do we have time on this?
Yeah, we have 15
Should we just
minutes.
start it over?
No, we
for
have
the
so
draft?
much time.
Oh, okay.
15 minutes. Little cold memories draft. It's about fucking 15 degrees out right now.
Yeah, reached single digits last night. So
Real tough.
We're
Just
gonna
some
do a-
cold memories.
yeah, a little draft of cold activities.
Yeah.
Activities for the cold weather.
Here's my first one, and you could say it's a little topical if you go a little A to C, which is
A to C,
my
okay.
favorite. One of my favorite snow memories from childhood is I got super into building tunnels.
Oh
And just like we used to just like snowball fights are all right, but it's like 20 minutes tops.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's over. But it's like building a tunnel and just building an intricate system of tunnels was my shit. And we went to this one kid's house. He lived on a dead end and all the snow pushed up against his thing. And I remember we built like an intricate, like a mole people, dude.
Yeah.
Like some, and,
Mazel.
Mazel, and we were at his house, dude, and we had like a cut. It was like an igloo. It was like cut out in the middle. We could all hang, like three of us, and there was like multiple entrance points to get in. And
That really gets my juices flowing.
yeah. And we would just like hang out in the middle. And we, I think you've had a friend that this happened to. Like one of the tunnels, like as we were leaving, it collapsed on him.
Yeah.
And he was like head in first, and he was legit just like his legs were like shaking, and we were dying laughing because this kid was also like, he was like a little bit of like a daredevil. Like he was very acrobatic. Like he would, like we would be in his pool and he would like climb a tree and like front flip. Like he was just one of those kids. You
One
know
of
what I
those
mean?
guys, yeah,
He
yeah.
could do backflips and like handstands and cartwheels and shit. So like I thought he was full on pranking us, and we were dying laughing. And then the joke just died out, and we were like, "Oh my god, we got to grab him!" And we both yanked him out, and he was like.
Laughing
and he
or-
was like,
or
no,
suffocating?
he was suffocating.
Oh
yeah.
fuck. That could have been a real
And that's like how
dark
kids
story.
die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Kids do
like
die
that
that.
every
Yeah,
year.
yeah. So
Damn.
yeah,
What?
fun saved a kid's life.
Hilarious.
Yeah, saved a life.
You did save a life.
Saved a life.
You also you had a hand in his
Yeah,
almost
yeah,
demise
right.
as well.
Was part of his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's good. That's a good first pick. I love
Damn,
a
I'd
good
be
tunnel
such
or
a
an
different
igloo.
person if my friend died in that moment, and now is still here in this
It
timeline.
would be a different guy.
Feeling
completely.
dark. That feels
Well, I was
real
gonna say your
dark.
father. Yeah. Let's not even. Yikes.
That's a dark thought.
Yeah, let's not even go down it.
Yeah.
So, which one do I want to go first? All right, my favorite thing I still do to this day when it's snowing or when there's good snow, I love taking a perfect snowball and fucking exploding it against a wall.
You would.
Like that pop
yeah.
of like a good snowball against.
Yeah.
I still to this day, if it's good packing snow
Yeah, you
down
need the
there,
good packing
I'll
snow.
pump it against a tree at work. I'll just be
gotta
like,
be in-
I need a minute, and I'll go outside and I'll pump some fucking snowballs at a tree, and I come right back in. Everything's better.
Oh.
At school, at college, I used to do it, and I would I'm an idiot, and I would like crow hop with like a ball of ice against a tree, and like once in a blue would just miss the tree and like near kill, like right into the courtyard, like nearly killed a college.
A lot of
kid.
near-death experiences in the snow.
Yeah, danger, dude. Is there anything safe about snow? No. It's cold.
You ever skid?
Slick. In a car?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I never hit anybody though.
The only time I've ever, one time I had my minivan. Me and my boy Johnny Garino went to the baseball parking lot, like just a huge parking lot, and my minivan had front wheel drive, so like the back was just brakes, and you could skid out like a motherfucker. And then I was going like pretty quick in it, and like doing like skids and shit in the parking lot. And then I realized when you put it in reverse, like because of you could just do crazy donuts, and we did one that got completely out of control. Like, it was a problem. It did a full, like, 3 or 4 extra rotations that I expected. And, like, there was nothing in the parking lot, but there was, like, the lampposts and shit. And, like, you see those videos of people, like, skidding out in parking lots and smash. I was like, we didn't even get close to one, but there was, like, a full 10 seconds where I had zero control over what was happening. I was like, we are fucked. That was in one of my listed, fun. But yeah.
Was that?
No, no. Let's go a more relaxing memory.
Okay, I got it. Sure.
A bit of a snow relaxing one. A ski house with a hot tub.
Ooh.
And
or a hot tub in general in the snow.
Just a hot tub
in the snow.
Hot tub in the snow is nice, and it's like I remember in Utah, we were in Utah and we were doing skiing. We were everybody would look forward to tub time, and like 11 people would cram into like a 6-person hot tub and just like almost play mercy on who could stay in the longest, because like me and one kid were in there for like 30 minutes, and he was like prideful about it, and he's like, I gotta tap out, dude. Like I'm about to pass out.
That's such a lame thing to like
compete about. Yeah.
It's like,
that's some real.
Who can stay in this tub?
We skied all day, and now we're doing. Who can stay in the hot tub long? But you know what, that feeling when you've been in the hot tub for too long, and you're just like
you're like mush. Yeah, you're like faint.
Your bones feel like they've lost density.
Oh yeah, you just feel softened.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. You're starting to get pruny from the hot water too. Yeah.
Tough.
Oh, I know the feeling.
But I do love a tub time.
Love a tub time. That's great. I love the juxtaposition of like cold, but you're hot.
Yeah.
It's great. I like when your hair frosts up a little bit. You get your head under the water and you get a little frosty.
Yeah,
that's nice in the snow. Let's see. All right, if we're going like chill for this one, I used to do this as a kid, making snow cones from like the actual snow with like a little Powerade. I used to like get a bowl of snow and then pour a little Powerade in it and like eat a snow cone. It was the best. And it sucked. It wasn't even that good.
Yeah,
it was
I bet
like
that was not good. Yeah.
It was like a watered down Powerade, but it was like, as a kid, I was like, fucking snow cone, dude.
Can you just right now with me, like, imagine like that kid in your town when you're all hanging out on the snow day and you're like making fucking snowmen and shit. The one kid's face who ate too much snow.
Oh,
like it was like like everyone would taste snow, but there was one kid who would just eat the snow, and his like snot was like fucking flying out of his face.
Why did it hurt so much?
And his like cheeks were all red and shit.
When you ever get your face like in some snow?
Because it's cold as shit.
But remember that feeling? Like it was like the worst feeling as a kid to get like your too much snow on your face.
Yeah, it's tough.
It hurts so much. Like I remember that feeling of.
I kind of like it, dude.
I don't think you do.
I think I do.
I don't think you know. I don't think you like what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you sound like you're burning your skin.
Yeah, like it's like
I don't
you
like
get like
burning
immediate
skin, yeah.
like
If
like
that's
a
what you're
brain
describing.
freeze almost, like a face freeze.
Yeah,
like it's like like
it's tough when you're skiing and it's like the windy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that is shit.
Yeah,
my next one was a ski trip. I just love a
ski trip too.
Love a ski trip more for dude. Skiing now gives me fucking agita.
Yeah.
Like I can't, like I only do the blues and greens. I'm like, I'm going to blow a knee out and be out of work for 8 months and be fucked. Like I remember like my dad when I was younger, he like fucking was a telephone lineman and like literally fell 30 feet off a telephone pole and was like out of work late. You know, like the sitcoms when it's like the dad is like injured from work and he just like can't leave the couch. It was like that at my house for a minute. And I'm like, I can't get to that place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't be doing shit like that. So like I'm a big blues and greens guy, but I love what I was gonna say was I love the hang of the ski house.
That's the only part
I love
of
the ski house hang. It's a great hang. And my favorite story ever, I'll share the story as quick as I can because I probably told it before, but me and 2 friends, their names are Hogan and Lovegrove. Lovegrove had a house in the Poconos. We drove there from University of Delaware College. We're like all 21 years old. We drive there in the winter, and we go for night skiing at Camelback. So you ski from like 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. It was fucking freezing. It was fucking freezing, okay? All of our phones die because of how cold it was. Oof. All of our phones are just dead. So then we go to my friend's car. We had not gone to his house yet. We drove straight from campus to the mountain, and then we were driving to my friend's house like 25 minutes away. Okay, he had like a family house there. All of our phones are dead. We're in his piece of shit, like 1999 Nissan Pathfinder, aka the Green Machine. Okay, and we're driving on the highway, and we're like getting close to the exit. We doing good on time? Yeah, we got time. We're getting close to the exit, and his lights just start like dying down. And he's like, yo, like, are my lights getting less? And I was like, yeah, they kind of are. And then the radio started going shaky, and we were like, what the fuck? And then he goes, yo, the power steering just went out. Which I didn't even know this was a thing, but apparently there's power steering is like the reason why you can just go like this.
Yeah.
Otherwise
it's like...
yeah, so he's literally like, the fucking steering wheel is made of iron. I can't turn. Then the car just dies on the highway. Okay, and we were like, "Thank God." He was like, "I think I can roll. I can roll out." We were at our exit. We were at the fucking exit. So we're just rolling. He's like, "Dude, the Wawa's close. We just got to get to Wawa. Maybe someone can give us a jump." Okay, so he's like yanking the steering wheel. We roll into Wawa. We fucking park the car. Car's dead. We get a jump. The car starts. We're like, oh shit, let's fucking go. And then we were like, all right, we're at Wawa. Everybody grabs snacks quick. Okay, so everybody runs through Wawa and we get as many snacks as we can. We get in the car. We start driving down the main street. We're like 5 minutes from the kid's house. We start driving down the main street and the car dies again. Okay, we roll into like the local Pennsylvania bar. There's like 20 pickup trucks. I'm like, we're going to be fine. Okay, so we get another jump. We go in the bar, and everyone's like, "It's not the battery, like but this is like we're quick fix." And we're like, "All right." Car starts again. We're like, "All right, we're at this bar. We got to get some beers." So then we get a shit ton of. We're like, so we got the we got the beers. Okay, now we're driving to the kid's house. We're in like back roads now, like winding shit. We're so close to the kid's house. The lights go. The car's still running though, the lights go. So now we're just driving in pitch, and he's like, I think I know the roads, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm like, what the fuck? Then he's like, I see it. I see where I live. I see it. And he pulls into his like he had this little gated community, full hill. Okay, he fucking floors it. Okay, and the car's just like, and we're like, come on, baby, come on. Green Machine gets to the top of the hill, rolls over, dies immediately. Me and Hogan jump out of the car and just both we grab the fucking doors and we're sprinting. We're trying to keep the car moving. The car's picking up speed. We're like, let's fucking go. Car starts going faster than we're running. I dive in the car and we roll to the kid's house, power slid into his driveway, made it to his house. Jesus. Full true story. And then
then you had to take that car
hammered. Hammered, baby.
Shit, bro.
And we were playing I don't even know, it didn't even make sense. We were playing like 3-person beer bong, just like getting wasted. And me and Hogan are much bigger than Lovegrove, and it was his house, God bless him. But he was like, we were drinking like IPAs, like chugging them, and Lovegrove just fucking, he's like, I don't feel good, man. And he just turned around, and before he gets to the bathroom, like a 45-degree angle, just fucking projectile vomited. Oh, good shit.
Good fucking shit, dude.
And now I'm 31 and sober.
How'd you get that car home? You got it home or just
someone else we had to text the group and we were like, yo, Lovegrove's car drove. Someone drive to the mountain and ski with us tomorrow and drive us back. And another friend drove.
Thank God.
And we left the car there. The car made it back to campus eventually and still ran around. Like it lasted years more, I think.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Wow, dude, that's good stuff.
Love a ski trip.
That's
Love
good
the
fucking
memes.
stuff. Yeah, ski trips are great. Let's see what I got for you here. I loved sledding at like the local golf course. Like on a snow day, you actually get a bunch of fucking round objects and you go sledding. Dude, this one time, you were just telling a story from this year, and like, I don't know, we were like 12, 13, 8th grade, 12 years old. There was like, it snowed and then it rained and then it snowed and then it rained, and just for like weeks, and it was just, the whole island was ice.
Yeah.
Like my whole town
Sheets
was
of
just,
ice.
yeah, it was like 5 inches of fucking ice everywhere. So one day we were like, yo, let's go sledding on this ice. It's going to be insane. So we go to the local Dix Hills golf course, and it was the same hole you would go on. It was like the bigger one, par 4, and it was like a big downhill, and then there was a sand trap. It was like you would take jumps, but everything's frozen solid. So we're like going down the straightaways, right? When you get to the end of the golf course, there's like the little pathway to the next hole is like a little valley, but like to the left and right, there's trees. So we would every time we go down, we would hop off of these because you would never stop.
Yeah.
So we would hop off these sleds going like 40 miles an hour and just like slide to a stop on this ice before we got to the trees. I took like a disc down this hill and I'm like flying, dude. And I realized I'm like, oh, I'm about to go through this like I'm about to go through the gap. Like I'm not gonna hit the trees. I'm just gonna ride it out. But there was another little hill right in the valley. So I fucking hit this little hill and I spin on this disc and I'm like now going backwards and I'm like, I have no clue what's behind me. I'm going like 40 miles an hour. Like I'm flying. As I'm like, all right, I'm turning. I'm like kind of, and I turn back around 2 feet from a tree. Plop, like smash into a tree. Wind knocked out of me. I'm on the ground. I swear I think I'm dying. Like I cannot breathe. Thought I broke my spine. I'm like, like on the ground, like flipping around. All of a sudden, like all my boys like are around me. They're like, oh my god. I'm like, help! Like, I'm like literally like I'm like, oh man, like I can't breathe at all. They're like, just lay flat. I'm like, oh shit. So I lay flat and I like come out of shock and I was okay. When you get home, dude, my whole body was like the color of your shirt.
Really?
Like, black and blue all over. I woke up the next day with like a stiff back. Like I was fucked, dude. I feel like I got in a car accident.
I mean, you did.
I did kind of. I was legit going like probably 20 miles an hour. Like
I have
flying.
never had the wind knocked out of me.
Never?
No.
No way.
I swear to God.
Not one time?
Maybe like never to like the extent I've seen people like the first time I ever saw someone get the wind knocked out of them was this girl in my neighborhood. We were super young. She was my sister's friend. She's like 3 years older. We're like playing manhunt. And I just remember she was getting chased by someone, completely just like lost her feet and her balance and just like did like a banana fucking peel, like fly in the air and just landed straight on a curb. And then she was like, like, and I remember she was like, yeah, and like all the parents came out and they're like, what the fuck is going on? And I remember like they were like, you just got the wind knocked out of you. You're gonna be okay. So
dude,
yeah,
this one time, not the first time I saw the wind get knocked out of somebody, but one of the weirdest I ever saw. Me and my brother, like my family, we found this like a horse stable. Like there was horses on this field and it was fenced in. We didn't know that it was electric wires, like an electric fence. So we're like hanging out, we're like holding this thing and I guess the surge went through and my brother's chest was on the thing and his like lungs just froze. They just stopped and he was like he was like dying. We were like, fucking get him in the car. And I think he ended up just like coming out of it, but completely just stopped breathing.
Wow.
Because it was wild.
That's tough.
What's the worst injury you've ever seen as like a kid, like seen somebody get?
That
might be a dark
Mine
place
was
to
pretty.
go.
My knee was pretty gnarly.
Oh, it was
when
yourself?
I got stitches.
Oh, what happened?
Yeah, dude, I was playing manhunt again. I was in second grade. I was running across someone's street. The person whose lawn I was running across was like one of the families we were hanging out with, and I ran across their lawn. I don't really remember, but apparently there was a tree stump that I tripped over, and then like hit my knee on like a gutter or something. And this is pretty gnarly, dude. And it just completely opened up my knee, and I had to get 20 stitches, but like it was so deep it wasn't even bleeding. Like it was just like
bone and
you
fat.
could see like bone and fat and shit.
Oh.
And my dad covered it with 3 pieces of duct tape. 3 pieces of duct tape. Then took me to like one of our family friends who was not there, who lived like 10 houses away from us, as a doctor, and they brought me to them, and she was like, yeah, take him to the fucking hospital. There's a hole in his leg. Like, what the fuck? Go to the hospital. And I remember I got like 20 stitches, and I was so mesmerized by. I thought it was so interesting.
Yeah.
And I was just like looking at it, and I was like, "That's crazy." And my sister was in the room, and she was like, "Holy fucking shit, is this stuff?" And she was like queasing, and the doctors would be like, "Can we get the sister out of the room? Can we get the sister out of the room?" And she had to like leave the room, and I was like, "This is crazy."
That's so fun. Yeah, you're probably so much adrenaline. You just, like, smashed your knee.
I don't really. It's funny. I don't really remember like that. Because I remember I broke my wrist. I jumped off the monkey bars in kindergarten. I broke my wrist again flying off a ramp. But like that one, I really don't recall the mechanism of injury.
With the wrist?
Like how it had, like with the knee. Like I don't really remember, like, did I hit a pipe? Like I don't remember
weird
the fall.
that you don't remember it. Yeah. I remember busting my knee open one time, and I remember exactly how it happened. But it's not a fun story, so we'll skip that. But yeah, so sledding.
Nice. There's that. I want to tell this one other skiing story, just so it's on the record too. Is first time I learned to ski, 16 years old. First time I'm skiing.
16?
I didn't go skiing until I was 16.
I went skiing once when I was 7, then never again until.
Yeah, we weren't a skiing family.
Yeah, me neither.
We didn't ski. So I went when I was 16 with some friends at Okemo Mountain, and they were born on skis, these people. Everybody was fucking nasty. The kid had a ski on, ski off house. And they were like, "Oh, you're gonna be fine." Like, we'll
What's that mean? Ski on, ski off.
Ski on, ski off is like when you're on a mountain and like those houses are like on the runs.
Oh.
And it's like you ski on, you ski off, and you're at your house. You ski on, and you're on the mountain.
Oh shit! I
Yeah.
didn't even know that existed. That's sick.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's like on Okemo Mountain, like the kid's house. So, but this kid was filthy. Like,
I
remember,
know who
he
it
was
was.
nasty
Yeah.
at skiing. And we go on this trip, and I'm the only one who's never gone skiing before. And they're like, "You'll figure it out quick. Like, it's gonna be fine. Like, you roll. You know, I played ice hockey. I rollerblade. You'll figure it out. Blah blah blah." So we go on the first run. I'm literally getting my legs under me. We do a green. I'm like going super slow. They're like being super nice. They're like, yeah, like giving me pointers and shit. They're being super fucking nice, whatever. And then they'll be like, all right, we're going to pick up the speed. We'll meet you at the bottom. And then they just go down. We're all like, yeah, you're getting the hang of it, blah, blah, blah. Third run, okay? I remember I'm doing my pizza and my french fries, right?
Yeah.
And what do they say when you french fry when you're supposed to pizza, you're going to have a bad time, okay? That's the phrase. That's the phrase. We all know. We all know that's the phrase. So that's where I'm operating out of, okay? That's my knowledge at the moment, okay? We're skiing up to something, and I'm just like looking in the distance. I'm like, we're skiing up to a cliff right now. Like I can't see down. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I ski. I'm pizzaing real hard. I'm like, what is up there? You know what's what's up there? You know. So I'm like really taking my time, and I like it like all hits at once. It like I finally come to like a stop. I'm quivering. Like I look straight down a mountain. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I pick my head up, and it's like I see the black diamond. It's called like Double Death Sidewinder. And then my fucking friends all shoot down the mountain. He jumps off what I was terrified to even look at. He launches off of it, spins into a 180 and goes, "See you at the bottom, motherfucker," and lands, spins back around, goes down the mountain. Okay? Dead ass. I am like, when you're in those situations, you don't have any other options but to go forward. Like, it's over. It's like there's no out. There's no out. So I start going down, and I'm doing this, and it's going okay. I'm doing my like just, and I just start getting so much speed that I can't. I'm out of control. So I gotta go. I'm like, I gotta go full pizza. Like I was trying to go like a little bit more like right, left, and now I'm like, you gotta put the brakes on and shut this down, dude. So I pizza as hard as I can, but I'm going so fast that I can't stop. So I'm just going like down down the mountain, and then I'm like, I'm gonna fucking front flip over this shit. Because, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to just, like, tumble and eat shit. So I was like, fuck it, we're going french fries. And I start going french fries, and I'm just like, fucking flying down the mountain, dude. Flying. And then I'm like, I have no clue how to brake at this speed. No fucking idea. So you get to the bottom, there's a long straightaway, and I see my friends, like, they're waving or whatever, and I literally just, like, sat back, like, into a thing and just fell to the side like that at full speed and just started fucking spiraling, spinning down the mountain, and my jacket, dude, flipped over my head because I was spinning so much, and I'm bare belly 16-year-old fatty fucking flying down and just, like, screeched to a halt. And my friends come get me, and they're like, "You did your first black diamond, buddy." And I was like, "Let's go get chicken fingers."
Bro, my literal biggest fear is to have to go down a double black
It's
diamond.
tough.
Dude,
It wasn't double black. It was just black.
whatever, bro.
Yeah.
If you're going straight down. Somebody was just telling me a story that, like, same similar thing. Like, they got thrown into a double black diamond situation and didn't know that that's where they fucking
Death.
weren't a good skier. Legit, you could die.
Yeah.
So it was a girl. I literally am forgetting who told me this story, but they were flying down, and kind of a similar thing, but that like couldn't stop, and they flew off the mountain into like an orange net that was set up. The reason the orange net was set up is because the week prior, somebody took a fucking hard right and died going down that spot.
Wow.
So a week prior, this girl would have just been like, bloop,
Yeah.
plummeting off. I'm like, it's not even, what's fun about
That's what I'm
going
saying.
straight
Like,
down?
that's why I get agitated now. Like, I only go greens and blues when I ski.
Oh.
And then everyone's like, come on, bro, do one. And I'm just like, no.
No way.
Can't do it.
My fear, I'm just going to roll down the whole mountain.
Dude, when I was in Utah with those people were serious skiers, and they had like trackers on their phone on like how fast they were going, and one kid was like, yeah, I hit 72 today. I'm like, go to the shrink. you were going 72 miles an hour?
Bare naked, just out in your body.
Just a helmet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A helmet. Like,
helmet.
That's just like a LOL.
Yeah.
Like, what? That's insane to me, dude. Insane.
Too much.
Too much.
Too much fun on that.
Is that the end of our?
Yeah, that was all cold memories.
I want to throw an honorable mention in.
Yeah.
Throwing a rock through like a frozen pond.
You're a real throwing stuff guy.
I'm a sensations guy. I like those accounts where they're like dudes like they throw like a big rock, like a big boulder off a mountain. That's me, dude.
Yeah.
I like a good a good sound, a good explosion.
I'm with that.
That shit gets me fucking jazzed up. That fucking when you just see the crack in the ice. Oh,
Yeah.
Tingles.
That's nice. Honorable mention. He said.
Honorable mention.
Do you have anything else besides the next draft?
I have other
take
stuff.
a break. Yeah. Go
Yeah.
to that.
Sure. Let me see what we got. Oh, I have a nice little thing.
Good.
I was in an Uber the other night.
Oh.
And the guy... Yeah, I love talking to an Uber driver.
Shut up.
I'll say this. I love talking to Uber. When I'm on my way to a date, I always chat the Uber driver. It's a great warm-up.
Yeah.
It's like I'm about to... Especially a first date. I'm about to meet a girl for the first time. I got to get my... wet my whistle a little bit.
Flowing.
Yeah. It helps a lot. And I'm talking to this guy. I'm on my way to a date. I'm chatting up this dude. He's from North Africa. Barely speaks English. He's speaking like French, basically. But like we got... And eventually I got him kind of... He was a little tight. Like usually they're like ready to talk. This guy was like not in the mood to talk. But I was real nervous about the date. So I was forcing him to talk. I was like, we're doing this now, dude. And he starts getting comfortable with me. And he confides in me. He's like... Dude, I'm really self-conscious about my English. He goes, and I was like, let's talk. I was like, let's do it. Let's work on it. He's like, I can't understand the letter O. I'm like, continue. Please. Continue. And he's like, sometimes it's O and sometimes it's ah. And I always say the wrong one. Like, I never know how to pronounce. And I'm like, and now I'm thinking, I don't fucking know. Why?
Right.
Like, why
Well,
is
what's
it?
an ah-oh?
Like,
I'm thinking
would be
open.
like stop.
Oh. That's fucking dumb as fuck.
Fucking stupid. What?
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, like stop, clock.
That's a good... I needed that on my Sunday.
Pop.
Stop, pop.
So I was trying to think, and I'm like, how do I explain lock? Literally, there's dozens of examples one would say.
So I'm trying... Now think of an A, because A is ah.
What do you mean A?
Like A, the letter A.
The letter A, yeah, but it could also be A. Could that sound like cape?
Right?
Or ah, like aha.
Oh, right.
Like
Yep.
Clap. It's ah too.
It is
Clap.
so confusing.
English is crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to teach English to this North African
I have
gentleman.
yeah.
And I was just like, I used the example of like Coke, like Coca-Cola. Settle. Coke. I was like, there's an E at the end.
Yeah, the E is
So I was like, yo, if there's an E. But I was like, I just kind of...
that is a rule. That's what I was going to say. Like face. Ace.
Yeah.
So when the E's at the end, I forget what that's called, but when it's like letters are... This is so bad, I don't remember what this is called, but it's like... When a letter... What's it... I'm about to sound so stupid.
Enunciation,
I'm about
iteration.
so stupid. But it's like an A, the noise it makes is...
Long?
The long.
Long.
Long. Yeah. What if it's not that?
It's probably not. I don't know. I just felt it.
Because then is it long and short?
Yeah, long and short of it.
No, now we're just doing wordplay.
You know.
But that is the thing. I don't know what it's called, but when the E's at the end,
isn't there a show
it makes
called
it
like
the A? But then when it's not, it's like
right. That's how I explain it to him. So I feel kind of good about it.
But then OH makes no sense.
But like, dude, when I said it, when he finally because he didn't understand what I was saying when I was saying the E thing. He was like, "There's an E where?" And I was like, at the end, he's like, "What?" And I finally it clicked with him, and he was just like, "Oh!" And I was like, "Oh shit!" Like I just taught this guy English. Like, oh my fuck, this is wild. And then we pulled right up to the restaurant. I was like, fucking see you, man. Like, have a great night. He's like, you too. I was like, fucking pumped. Like,
That's a good time.
It was a good time.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love that for you.
I felt good about it. I love a good foreign Uber driver, bro.
Yeah.
My favorite.
That's nice. You had a very good moment with him. I despise talking to Uber drivers.
Yeah, you give that off.
I just don't. I just do not want to talk to you.
You're a resting bitch face guy.
I don't know. It's
You're like, I already know you getting into an Uber is like this. What's up, man?
I mean,
and you're out the window.
If you're picking up, I get it. It's like this is my thing. I think that the passenger should be the instigator.
Absolutely.
When it's the other way around, it's just like, dude, I'm paying you a lot of money and I really don't want to talk. Like, shut the fuck up. The worst one was when me and Emily came back from our honeymoon. Like we had layovers, we had multiple flights to get home, we land, all I want to do is go home, and this guy was just like, tell me about the best pizza in Jersey, and I was just like, dude, shut the fuck up, like, and he's like, you gotta go to here, like, this is, people say the pizza in Manhattan's the best, oh, you're from Long Jersey, man, and I'm like, dude, read the fucking room. I haven't reciprocated in this conversation in a good 3 to 5 minutes. Read it.
Yeah, I'm 100% on board with you with that. What about the time the guy singing?
Oh yeah, we were doing that video. That was psychotic, and it's honestly, you just have to watch the video because it's unbelievable. That man was just an actual mental health patient.
The thing with
needed
Uber,
to be institutionalized. Not sure how he has a driver's license.
That's the
but
thing.
Picked us up, drove us like 50 minutes somewhere. I forget where we were going in the summertime, COVID time, masked up on the highway, and this guy is belting at the top of his lungs a Whitney Houston album. Like what was the She Bang? Oh, baby.
Ricky Martin?
No, American Idol.
Yeah.
Remember when American Idol was mean?
Yeah.
And like the people would come on and be like, I'm the next pop star. And then Simon Cowell would be like, get out to here. You're awful. You're terrible. It was that singer driving my Uber. But like more, 20 more years of like the mental health thing. And I was just like, we have to be nice to this guy because if we ask him to stop, he's going to drive us straight into a tree.
He's just going to shoot you.
Yeah.
We don't need that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a little different.
Yeah.
That's a little different.
A little different.
Do you want to go into this draft, or what are you thinking? Or do you have a story?
We have 11 minutes, so let's maybe not start a draft. I'm going to say this joke was the joke that I worked on in the, and you know what it is, this joke, the motivational joke. So we're trying to workshop this, and maybe we can get somewhere a little bit further along here. So, everybody's got their guilty pleasures on the internet. Some people like the ASMR crackling videos. Some people like that.
Freak me out.
Guilty pleasures. It's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, sure.
Chiropractor cracking videos. Guilty pleasure.
Sexual.
Pimple popping. That's a guilty pleasure.
Love
because that's disgusting.
Yeah, it is gross.
But that's a guilty pleasure. Okay,
it.
so my guilty pleasure is YouTube motivational content. Okay, that's my guilty pleasure. Okay, there's something about just like a Rocky Balboa speech dubbed over someone running in morning darkness, right? An entrepreneur guy just screaming over some Michael Jordan highlights just gets me going. But these guys, though, they go too far with the things they say. Okay, I was listening to one of them, and he goes, "Motivation only lasts for so long. You got to stay disciplined." I was like, "Yeah, I agree." And then he went, "Imagine all the negative scenarios you can get yourself into, just so that you could always find a way out." I was like, "Okay, I'm with you." But then he went, "I have literally imagined my own wife being brutally murdered, just so that the next day I could wake up and stay grinding." I was like, dude, take a day to mourn your wife. Okay, so that's the joke.
Yes, good joke.
So then the kid was like, the kid I was working with was like, what if you just kept saying, like, you, because the kid I took this stand-up course, I was partnering with this kid, he was the man, he was absurdist, which means like he just goes on stage and just wacky shit, and he would just do things like, almost like a Family Guy thing, where he just like would stay in a bit for so long, and it would hit again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's my issue is like I hit jokes and I immediately get out.
Yeah.
And he was telling me, he's like, dude, you should stay in that. He was like, when I was on stage and did that, I like it really got a big laugh. And then it like trailed off at the end because I was like, this is the part I need help with. But he was like, you created such a funny pocket when you like said that thing. Mm-hmm. And he was like, you should say more like psychotic shit attached to motivational stuff. So he was like, yeah, my kid has cancer. I gave it to him.
Oh, no.
I still wake up and go to work every day.
Oh, my God.
So he was like...
He was going absurdist or alarmist. Like, this is like, I gave my kid
But he was like, we were saying in the sake of like, what are like crazy things you could say? So it's like, the joke is like, yeah, my kid has cancer. I gave it to him. That one, he kept making me laugh with that, but that is just full blown.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, it's just fully crazy.
Crazy.
But he was like, you know, I'm still the first one in the office every day.
Oh, God.
So it's like you attach how many things can we think of like a
in that pocket.
Yeah.
Like double down on
Yeah,
it.
my wife I have imagined my own wife being brutally murdered just so that the next day I could wake up and stay grinding.
Right.
My kid, both of my sons have cancer. I still am the first one in the office every day.
Yeah, maybe it's like...
That's tough.
That's a little dark.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy.
But maybe it's like, you know, okay, I imagine my wife getting brutally murdered, blah, blah, blah. But like when that's not enough. Like it's not enough to imagine sometimes.
But
like
sometimes...
my kid, sometimes I kick my kid. That's terrible. I don't know. Sometimes...
And guess what? Sometimes that still doesn't motivate me.
Sometimes I hire a fucking set of actors to kidnap my second-born kid.
Yeah.
And I still go to work.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's not good
Yeah,
at all. But
I know.
you see where I'm at.
It's the sentiment.
It's the sentiment.
Yeah. And then, so to make it to go another direction of like a little bit more lighter of like getting out of that and then like shitting on that guy. Because my direction was say the thing, say one thing. It is the psychotic thing. And then I'm like, take a day to mourn your wife. So like I'm bringing us out of it because I'm like, this person has gone too far. And then people were talking about like why would that be a motivating, or like imagine being this guy's wife. You know what I mean? Like imagine like this guy's like, is the wife okay? Which is something I've said too. Yeah. It's hard, dude. I don't know where this bit goes.
Well, I think that's the last time we talked about it.
Yeah.
We were like, well, how about the wife? Yeah. Like, how
or it's like, or you're into it and you're trying to get, like you're hyped up on like mowing the lawn or something like that. And it's like you're mowing. It was so confusing when people were helping me with this.
Yeah, well, it's like, because you can go back into so many directions.
It was just like 12 people like trying to piece together something that like no one knew directly how to make work.
Yeah.
It was a really interesting conversation. It was cool. It was a cool conversation. And I recorded it. I must go back and listen to it. But it was something about like someone was like, you know, and then your wife, you listen to that, you get hyped up, and then your wife asks you to do the dishes, and you're like, fucking.
That's kind of a funny angle to go.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. I don't know where, but like I could see something there.
Yeah.
You bring it back to like the actual interworkings of the marriage, where it's like, oh, now we're in the actual marriage. Like, what's that like? Like, you're imagining your wife getting brutally murdered, but like, what's your relationship like?
Right.
Type of thing. You know what I mean? It's like you guys, I don't know, in there somewhere.
Well, I've thought of the line of, this has nothing to do with grinding. I think you just hate your wife.
Right, but what did we do to that line?
We didn't do anything to that line. We just said that was like very obvious. But maybe that is an obvious line.
Where did we get the last time? I think we thought of something to throw in there.
Well, the ending that I originally had was like, have you ever been in a situation where you realized you're listening to the first piece of evidence in the next Netflix murder doc?
Right.
God forbid this guy's wife dies and there's evidence of him imagining her death over a Hans Zimmer score and Michael Jordan highlights. That's a case closed.
Right.
But that's
the obvious part.
That's not that obvious. It's a direction.
Yeah.
It's just not that those words aren't that funny.
Right. Right. It's exactly.
Those words aren't that funny. Well,
It
more
is
to
a
develop, people.
It is a tough fucking. Oh, is this going?
Now we have 5 minutes.
It is a tough.
But I just don't feel like this is getting anywhere.
Yeah.
Because I don't really. I got to listen back.
I feel like you got to like go on stage and just start taking tons of risks with it and just like pick a direction, say that on stage, see what happens, and like maybe that gives you ideas for a different way to put it, and then try them all.
Right. One of the angles I was saying that it's I lead into that with like guilty pleasures of the internet.
Yeah.
But it could, if the lead-in could be like capitalism has gone too far. Where we're in this late end stage capitalism and all these like different specialists and we have these motivation guys, and in the same way where I'm a comedian, I'm trying to be funnier than the next person, like they're trying to say the next crazy thing
right.
to like get the headlines to be the motivator guy, and they're going too far with the things they say, and like compare it to like, and it's also related to like grinding, like all those motivation guys are like hustle, grind, side hustle, I got 7 businesses. So it's like, is this how far capitalism has gone, that to motivate ourselves to get the job done, we have to like imagine killing our wives?
Right.
Which is like
one of the funniest things.
Well, it's making fun of
yes.
this person, which is something on paper, if you think about it, it's like we should make fun of this guy who thinks he's motivating someone but said that he imagines his wife being brutally murdered just so that the next day he can wake up and keep going. It's like, yeah, we should make fun of that.
Right.
That's something that should be made fun of.
Yes.
How is the question.
How to make it fun.
So I know it's a funny premise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That guy doing that is funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's fucking
crazy.
crazy.
What a weirdo.
Yeah, what a fucking psycho.
What a fucking wacko.
I did say that the guy's company, the guy who said that, his company is called Impact Theory, and then someone was like, yeah, his wife's going to get an impact real soon.
Yeah, there you go. That's good.
Yeah.
That's not bad. There's something there, too.
Yeah.
Is that Emily?
Maybe. So it would be very quick for her to be back already.
Right? That would have been quick.
Speedy Gonzalez.
Where are we at?
Vacations.
Ah.
Another draft.
Yeah, this is going to suck.
No, I think we'll find it.
Can I go first?
Yeah. We're doing let's just preface it real quick. It's vacation season.
Yeah, it is vacation season. Get nipply out there.
Get nipply out there. Everyone's getting a little, let's get the fuck out of here,
It's
vibes.
escape from your fucking life season.
Yeah.
It's like things suck over here. Let's go somewhere else.
Yep.
Season. So we'll do a little draft, a little vacations draft. My first pick is not my favorite kind of vacation, but it is important to this podcast. My number one pick is a ski trip.
Okay.
Because the name Outrageous Fun was born.
Oh, wow.
On that ski trip.
That was born on that ski trip.
We were fucked up.
Yeah, and we almost didn't remember it.
We were like shit-faced, and we thought of Outrageous Fun and like clicked. We were like, oh, that's a great name. And then like we woke up the next day and we were like, dude, we thought of a name for the podcast. What was it? Couldn't think of like hours. I remember I was like getting changed into my ski shit in my bedroom. Dylan goes, it was Outrageous Fun. Like reaches his head and I was like, let's fucking go. Like fucking got so pumped up.
Yeah, that's nice.
So that's my number one pick.
All right, that's a good one.
Yes, sir.
Nostalgia. I love
For
that.
sure.
Mine is, Joe's followed a theme that hit the ski trip. We had talked about ski trips. Mine actually, my first pick actually follows a theme that we originally started this podcast with, which my number one pick is the all-inclusive.
Oh, the all-inclusive is great.
I love an all-inclusive, dude.
You always get sick at an all-inclusive.
Oh, you always get sick, but that's part of it.
That is part of it.
That's part of it. I just love going to everything is a buffet.
Oh, yeah.
It's usually tropical, so it's like you're going to, dude, you know what's funny? When Emily took me to this is probably the last all-inclusive I went to. She took me to the Bahamas when I graduated grad school, and we went to this all-inclusive, and everybody at this all-inclusive was fat as fuck, dude. Like everybody was so thick at this all-inclusive, and it was a great place. We had we were on the beach. It was sick, like whatever, and we're having a great time. And then 2 hotels down was Baha Mar, which is like a really bougie,
very bougie.
I think it's a chain. Baja Mar.
Yeah,
Or maybe it's not.
It's
whatever.
whatever.
It's in the Bahamas.
It's very bougie.
Very bougie, not all inclusive, the type to have like day parties and stuff. And we could go there and you could just like go to the restaurants and whatever and like hang out there in the pools and shit. And we were like, let's go to Baja Mar for a day. And everybody at Baja Mar was hot as shit.
Yeah, they were.
And I was like, yeah, that makes a ton of sense. That like the all-inclusive vibe is just like a bunch of fatties, and then the Baja Mar place is just like all the hotties. You know?
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's a good little juxtaposition.
Yeah, yeah.
That just shows where you were at and where you were going. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
This is where I'm at right now.
Where am I going, though?
I don't know what you're going to eat good this week. I know
Yeah,
that
I'm gonna
much.
eat good this
No more
week.
snacking this week.
The all-inclusive, though. Also, just love the vibe of an all-inclusive because, like, the all-inclusive also has, like, activities, you know.
Yeah, you
it's
get
like they got a million.
excursions.
You get excursions.
I
You got
love
the,
an excursion.
The beach volleyball. You get the belly flop contest, you know. You got...
That's a little white trash.
You get the belly flop contest,
Damn.
people. You get the people just hammered in the pool at the poolside bar. You're
Frozen
making
drinks on tap.
yeah, and you're
like,
just talking. You're making friends with people you're never gonna see again.
Never.
You know. Yeah, they have like the dance parties at nighttime and shit.
There's always a foam party.
Yeah.
Always a beach foam party. Like
Yeah.
on the beach. And you're just covered in foam and sand and shit. You're like, oh, this is great.
Remember foam parties?
Do I remember? Boys become men at foam parties. Let me tell you something.
You couldn't pay me to go to a foam party.
Could not pay me. I was at one within the last 5 years. At an all-inclusive resort.
Yeah.
My ex took me there.
Oh my gosh.
For like my birthday, I forget what it was for, and there was a foam party, and I got fucking lit at this foam party. It was a great time.
I will never forget the first time I ever realized what dry skin was after Barstool foam freshman year. Ooh. And we did a crazy, like, to the ceiling with foam. Came home, like, the next day. I remember I was just, like, everybody was, like, itching each other, like, on the floor. Like, everyone was like, last night was fucking crazy, right? Everyone's, like, itching and shit. And I was like, fine. And then, like, I will never forget this feeling, like, literally like an attack. Like, my body went under attack. Like, every piece of skin on my body just, like, felt like it immediately just, like, turned and dried out. And I was like, yo, what the hell is happening? And one of the girls on my floor was like, you just got to moisturize. And I just, like, moisturized my whole body.
And it
was
helped?
better. Yeah. But it, like, hurt.
Dude, it burns.
It hurts.
That foam fucks you up. I remember the first foam party I ever went to. You were there.
Yeah.
I met a nice lady. And I was grinding hard. I was grinding so hard for so many hours at this foam party. Like
we were like
when we were in high school.
16.
We were like, we were 16, 17. And that was like grinding country. You know what I mean? Like you're 16, you like could grind for hours. It's the best thing ever. Like, there's nothing better than like a 4-hour grind session in high school. Like the best. Better than like losing your virginity is having a good grind session. And I'm having this grind session. There's foam everywhere. I'm like fucking hammered, whatever. And I woke up the next day and I was grinding for so long that my dick like got rug burn on it from my belt or like my jeans or whatever. Yeah, it was the whole thing.
Dude, I
and
remember
like I couldn't put on underwear.
Joe was also like in this bar was just with the same person and was this place called Sandbar, which is a magical place.
Yeah.
And I'm not even kidding. It's a pretty small bar, and Joe is just
I'm so worried.
Posted on a wall in the same spot, doing the same, just right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, with her just pressing up against the wall, just like, and him just right, left for hours on end. Hours on end. And then you told me that you had the rug burn, and I was just like, for sure.
Yeah, I remember showering and like it burned, like it was. I had open wound. My whole dick was
it was
bleeding.
like it was funny. I remember it being like an open investigation at first. You were like, dude, like we were also like virgins at the time, and we were like, can you get STDs from like from just like grind, like do that? And I was just like, I think it's not. I think you just grinded. There was so much friction.
It was Dylan who.
It wasn't
who
a disease, pal. It was friction.
I thought I had like chlamydia.
Yeah,
like,
Joe thought he was
like,
cool
what
and got
happened?
chlamydia through 4
Pants.
layers of clothing.
Through pants. Dylan was like, I thought maybe chlamydia got into the foam and it was spreading throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
And you were like, that's rug burn, bro. He was like looking face to face at my dick. He's like, that's rug burn. You grinded too hard. I was like, I did grind pretty hard. That must be it.
Those were the days.
Those were the days. God, I'd love a grind sesh right now.
Okay, next pick.
Am I up?
Yeah. I just did the all inclusive.
Right. No, I did ski house in it. Oh, this is more of when you're a kid, but still. loved back in the day a resort with a game room. A game room resort with like air hockey and like Metal Slug 3, like an arcade, a couple arcade games, some ping pong or something.
Yeah, the basketball hoops.
The hoops. Catch
Love
me there
the
for
hoops.
hours.
Yeah.
Fuck the beach as a kid. I'm like, I'm in here melting away.
Love an arcade.
Love a game room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still need to take everybody to this place. It's called Woodlock Pines. It is just it's a magical resort in the Poconos. And they have 2 different game rooms, and their game rooms rocks, bro.
Really?
Yeah. They had like your classic games, but then they also had this like fake shooting range where it was like targets, like bottles and stuff, and you would like use your gun and you'd like shoot it was just the best. And we would all just be down there. Good shit.
Oh, that's great shit.
Love it fucking.
Love that.
Love an arcade, bro.
Love an arcade. Like a
also
Dave
just
and
love,
Buster's.
dude, this place was so sick because it just has so many activities. Like I love, like they had like a scavenger hunt. They had like a Winter Olympics. They had Summer Olympics. Like they had Name That Movie. It was just like all day long. There was just activities
beautiful.
and shit, and just like so fun.
Community.
dude.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay, my number 2 pick is Europe.
Yeah.
I just love
A European vacation.
You
The
know,
best.
when you land in Europe, it just is like immediately cool.
Yeah.
Immediately. Like there's places I've been in America on vacation or like stopping by, and I'm like, doesn't even make it wiggle. Like nothing. Full
Make it wiggle.
full zero. Like
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, I'm just here, you know, in this random place. Like there's beautiful places too, no doubt, but it's like just being in that different country, it's immediately exotic.
100% of the time.
100% of the time. Every interaction I have, I'm like, he's fucking, you hear that guy? You know? Like every interaction is
Yes.
just like the shit.
Yes.
And,
everything you eat, you're like, fucking, what was that?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. It's just, I really love being in Europe. And it just is also such a mind fuck, too. What's that called when you travel somewhere and you get the shock?
Culture shock.
Culture shock. Dude, I love culture shock.
Culture shock's great.
Fucking fill me to the brim with culture shock.
Because culture shock, when you're in Europe, there's really no negative culture shock. You know what I mean? There's no, like, if you're in, like, a third world country and it's, like, so depressing, you're like,
Yeah.
culture shock, that's a whole other thing. But in Europe, it's all positive.
Yeah, don't fill me up with that.
Yeah. Check that at the door.
Yeah.
You know, check all the poverty at the door.
I'm
But,
talking about rich shit.
when you're in another country and people are just, like, friendlier and, like, unique, like, their voices, like, they have a beautiful accent.
Yeah.
They're speaking a beautiful language. They look a little different, but, like, cool.
Right.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
Everything's beautiful. And the buildings, beautiful.
Yes.
Everything's
Old
beautiful.
shit.
Like, we're sitting in one of the ugliest buildings maybe in the world. It's just bricks and ass.
this is not a very
bricks
pretty
and metal.
Yeah. There's some pretty buildings around here, though.
There is that thing we just saw.
But
was
even
very
so,
pretty.
it's like New York versus London, let's say. It's like I walk around New York City like it's almost not a special place.
Well, listen, New York is special, but it's more.
Of course, it's a special
It's more
place.
like holy shit with New York. It's like holy shit, that's so big. Like the Empire State Building. It's like it's not like it's a beautiful. It's pretty, but it's like it's just so big. You're like holy shit. This
Maybe
building.
you just get used to. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
New York is my home. I've been here a bajillion times, so maybe I'm just so used to it that it's lost. It's like,
But you.
would you if you lived in like Italy, Rome for
Yeah.
like 5 years, in like year 5, would you just be like chilling?
No, because dude, I lived in Rome, and like I would talk to. There was a guy I knew over there, our club promoter, Pietro, the homie.
Yeah.
What a club guy he
Yeah,
was.
ours
Great
was
guy,
called
though.
Yuri, I think. No,
In
We had a-
London or in
yeah,
Italy?
London. We had a
'cause
London.
There was 2 promoters when I was in Rome. It was Pietro was my guy, and then there was another guy who was like we were like anti that guy. He was like a little too creepy.
Yeah. They're
Pietro's the
creepy
homie.
fucking
I
guys.
visited again. And I went. Pietro drove me around in his car. He drove me to a club. We were like hanging out.
Wow.
He's like my dog. But anywho, Pietro, I was asking him like, "Yo, you live in this place? Like, does it get old?" He was like, "No, it's always beautiful. It's like always amazing." Yeah.
All right.
You know, it's like you can't compare. Like you walk across the Colosseum. It's like that's beautiful no matter what.
You know what would be cool about living in Europe? This would be really cool if I could accept this like ideology of living. It's like when you go live, if you went to go live in just like a small town in Italy or like a small town, like I feel like I would need less. Like America has this, the mentality of like bigger, faster, stronger, 24/7 nonstop. And like, I don't know what I would, like if you went to Italy, bro, were you going to sell insurance?
Fuck no.
Like you would have to just like be like a local baker pasta boy.
I make little paninis and some pizzas or something. I might open up a burger joint. I'm sure Italy's fucking jonesing for a burger joint.
Wow,
I'll be cranking out cheeseburgers.
That's pretty good.
Cheeseburger. All day. There was one burger joint when I was studying in Rome, and it was in like Campo di Fiore, which is like where all the Americans hang out, and it crushed business.
Really?
Crushed. Like line around the block at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
I would open up a burger joint if I moved to Italy.
Would you go gourmet burgers or like...
Well, yeah, I would do a little bit of both. I'd go trashy and classy all in one place.
That's actually great.
Yeah.
Like if you get like the late night...
Yeah, we'll get greasy
like
if you
smash
want.
burgers greasy situation,
but
then like a little sit down.
Bitches. Oh, I know.
That's nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, Europe.
Yeah,
Love
Europe's
Europe.
nice. That's really nice.
I also just love meeting Europeans. Like I'm never am I on vacation. Sometimes I am. I'll like chat people up and stuff, but it's like I could chat to European people forever. I don't know why.
Me too. It's so interesting.
Yeah.
They have such a different
and
perspective
also
on life.
They love, people fucking shit on America, but when you go to Europe, people fucking love talking to Americans about America.
Yeah.
Like it's like everybody shits on America, but like I went on when we were in Spain on the honeymoon, we went on a bar crawl, and I became boys with this Portuguese kid, and he knew so much about American culture. He knew more about the NBA. He was in like 8 fantasy football leagues, and because of the time difference, he's like, yeah, on Sundays I don't sleep because I'm just watching American football all day. And he was talking to me like he was just so excited to be like talking to an American person, and I was like, that's awesome.
That's
it's fun,
dude. I remember I was in Europe when Trump was running, or he was running or he just got elected, because I think I was there in like February, and at that time, like, it was a huge fucking deal that this fucking rich TV guy became the president of the United States. And I was in like, maybe it was Spain, and the guys were just like, I was just bullshitting with some guys, and they were like, what the fuck is going on in America? And I'm like talking. It was very cool to talk to. They're seeing it from the outside in. It's very interesting. I don't really have a great third pick, if I'm being honest with you. But I love a good like outdoorsy trip, like a camping trip. Or like I haven't been hunting, but I imagine a hunting trip. Yeah. Like some outdoorsy, we're going whitewater rafting, we're camping, we're hiking type of a trip. Yeah. Mountains. But not skiing mountains, like,
It's tough
upstate.
For me, because that's not my nature. It's tough for me to be like, all right, I'm going to plan a vacation. Let's go sleep on the ground.
Right. Fair.
It's tough for me to be like, that's the move. But the times where I have done that, I leave those trips, and it's a spiritual journey.
100%.
Like, it's always like, yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
it's like, let's go do some shit we never do.
It's not, it's some shit we never do. I've been on some hikes, that's tight. I did some camping. You're just sitting around the fire.
You did some real camping.
We did some real camping. We're sitting around the fire, and it was really funny because it's like everybody's sitting around the fire. I was with people that like I hadn't seen in a long time. It was like post-COVID, and there were some real long pauses in our conversation. Like real long of just like, we've been hanging out all day. We're sitting around this fire, but it was like the chillness of just like whatever.
Yeah.
Almost like I'm staring at this fire right now.
Yeah,
I don't need to think of something cool to say right now.
That's kind of
and
freeing.
Sitting in silence with some bros.
That's what it's for.
Yeah,
it's for getting into here.
Right,
dude. We used to do not every year, but every few. We would do a camping trip. My dad, my brother, and Drew, my guy Drew. And the first time we went, we were like we didn't do the campground with like a tent, but we did as basic as it was a little wood box with like planks, and we brought like sleeping bags, and we had a great fucking time. And then we did it again. We were like, let's upgrade a little bit. So we got like it still was like it was like a 2-inch foam pad as a mattress, and like it had a little sink and a bathroom, right? And That was what we did the next time. And by the fourth time we did it, we were in like a mansion that we rented out in like the middle of the woods. We're just like, we'll just go to the woods.
Yeah.
We have a hot tub. We have there's like a backyard. There's a barbecue. There's fucking 2 floors.
That's
TVs.
what I'm saying, dude. That's not my nature to like just.
Listen, it wasn't.
I'm more of a glamp guy than a camp guy.
You're a glamp guy.
I'm a glamp guy.
You're a glamp guy.
I am a glamp guy. I've asked you this recently, but I want to bring it up since we just talked about it. Completely changing the topic. What's your vibe on silence in conversations?
Depends on the conversation.
When it goes,
I'm getting a lot more at like letting it play out instead of being like I got to fill this up with words.
Yeah,
I'm getting better at that.
Me too. And I'm also just like I just don't. It's because I don't care.
Couldn't care less.
You know what I mean? It's like I feel like, which is an interesting thing because I'm like before I'm like I got to fill this space, but I'm like why?
I think we could. Why?
Why?
I feel like for me, I'm like I always feel like I'm dependent on to carry to fuel the conversation. I feel like I always just take that burden upon myself.
Why?
Because we're good at it.
Okay.
Like we're good at conversing. So I'm like, if I'm talking to somebody, I don't want it to go silent because like I'm good at this. I'm going to throw something in. But now I'm like almost in like a petty way. I'm like, hey, fuck you. You say something.
I kind of feel the same way too.
Fuck off. Like I did my part.
Yeah.
You say something.
Right.
So now I'm like, you want it to be quiet? It could be real fucking quiet.
Yeah.
I'll let it be quiet.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's bleak and dark.
I don't want to do a blame on COVID, but that was for sure the first times I've ever like just been like, all right, this conversation went to silence. I feel like that was a new experience for me. Like, and it wasn't even like it wouldn't even cross my radar. Like it was just a thing I would do. It was like muscle memory. You know what I mean? Like I would just never let the conversation drop, and it wasn't a chore. It was just my programming.
Right.
But then I think I got deprogrammed, and I remember at the Winston house one time, it was like our first time eating together for like a Thanksgiving, and we were like sitting down at Thanksgiving, and there was one like loud, long, awkward pause where like we all just like dropped the conversation, and then we all started dying laughing, and I don't know, it's just funny.
A group silence like that, I always pivot to like, okay, the whole group went silent. So then I turn to the person right next to me and I go, so what are you up to right now? Like I'm like, let's meet you.
Dude,
talk.
you know what's also funny?
Weird.
On Dan Wall's bachelor party, great bachelor party, one of those ones where the group chat still goes. And we were all in California, and we had, it almost was like a theme that we would all like 12 bros who don't know each other, like sunbathing in a circle at a table in the California mountains, just like
veg it out.
Silence. And like it happened so many times, and it was so like it was like you could feel when it was just about to happen, and I was just like, I'm just gonna let it happen, and like it just would happen, and it was really funny fucking silence.
That's funny.
Yeah. And then one kid kept saying, yeah, every time like I'm at dinner with my family and the conversation goes silence, he just turns to his sister and goes, so you like bread?
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And we all kept saying so you like bread?
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to let the silence happen at this point. I think that's adulting.
Yeah, I guess that is.
It's a little adulting.
My third pick is, you're going to maybe make fun of me for this, but my third pick
Don't I always?
Is off-season, and this is kind of going with the camping thing, off-season in the Hamptons.
I know.
Montauk.
I'm not going to make fun of you. We did that. We had a great time.
Yeah, the times where we've done that, where it's like a winter, and it's like there's nobody out there, and it's so fucking beautiful out there, and you just drive around, you're looking at these mansions, and the landscaping is out of control. It's beautiful, peaceful shit. We luckily had a beautiful day, and we went to the beach, and it was sunny, and we're just like watching.
Camera.
It's like end of the world feeling. There's nobody there. That is a good old recharge.
It's lovely.
Lovely recharge.
Yeah, it's a soul reset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, I love that too.
That was my
I
third
don't
pick.
hate on that.
Yeah.
I don't hate on that at all.
I do want to go to I feel like I need a beach situation.
Like a vacation.
If you want to invite me to Florida this season, I would go.
I would love to.
I'm just saying.
I would love to.
Joe's had a Florida house for like 10 years now. I've never been invited.
In my defense, it's 100% because Dylan used to piss in my parents' house. if we're gonna just,
I'm a changed man now, though.
I know that.
Yeah,
You
changed man.
You gotta prove yourself to a couple people.
Yeah.
No, but we can go. We can go for sure. That I think they're over that.
Yeah.
I really hope they're over that.
By the way, my bad.
I don't. Have I ever told the first?
Don't tell that
but God,
story.
I love that one.
Oh, don't tell. You have anything else?
I have not for the draft. The draft's over.
Yeah, draft's over.
I do have some stuff. Let me see what I got here. Oh, yeah, I do have this. So my brother and his fiance are getting married in August, and they were originally going to do like an outdoor service because the venue there that has an outdoor place where you can do the service. And it's super pretty, so they were going to do it there, but then they decided, because our grandparents and they decided to make it a church wedding, but then go to the venue after. And so they have their priest interview this week, and they were telling me that they're nervous, and I'm pretty sure you have to say we don't sleep together, we don't have sex, we don't sleep in the same bed, we don't live together yet, we're waiting for marriage. I think you have to put that dog and pony show on for the priest.
I think it depends on the priest.
But how you gonna know? You know what I mean?
Right.
You're gonna risk it for the bit and just be how does that go?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I'm pretty sure Tony did it, and I think Tony was yeah, we lied. I'm pretty sure he lied.
That, yeah, it's good. Yeah, got it. I think it depends on the priest. You got to assume that because church stock is so down these days.
So come on in and get married here.
They gotta just be I would assume that it's more of a don't ask, don't tell policy, which got them into trouble in the
Hey, there it is.
But
sodomy.
Oh God.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think they must just. I'm sure there's some old school priests that really dig in
For sure.
And those are the real problems.
Yeah, that's the real. It's
yeah,
this isn't what this is about here. Oh, I can do a little
shadow puppet.
Shadow puppet here.
That is very stressful though. Because if the person just goes in, it's just
it's I'm going to be honest
it's multiple
with the priest.
lies in a row. They'd be do you guys live together? No. Have you guys, had sexual intercourse already? No.
Lie. 2.
Those
are the only questions they're gonna ask
living
you.
together? You can't live together?
I don't think so.
I think you can.
I don't know if you can't, but
in this economy?
I think they assume if you're living together, you're banging.
Okay.
Who's living with their significant other and not bang? You know what I mean?
I know some. I know.
You know people
example.
That do
Yeah.
That? Really?
I know an example of people that waited till marriage and they lived in the house together, but they lived in separate rooms.
They're probably gonna last longer than the rest of us in their marriage.
I mean,
or is it bad?
I will say I would never. No, it wasn't bad. I would never wait for that for God type of shit.
No,
but that first time. Dude, talk about Electric Factory. Talk about grinding for 4 hours.
Listen.
Okay, you are gonna have a real good time.
Guy's been chubbed up for 10 years straight. Yeah, you're gonna have a good time. I don't know.
Listen,
dude.
There's got to be I'm gonna say fucking less than 5% of males have saved themselves for God and also never ejaculated.
You think even 5%?
I'm saying it's us men are not good humans, but I'm sure there's someone who waited, and for that, hero. To have waited to find a wife, make an honest woman out of her, and just let it fucking rip. God bless him.
Yeah.
God bless him, dude.
God bless him is right, man. God bless him is right.
From his fucking toes to his head, full body convulsion.
I want to know how much he changes immediately after that first nut.
Okay, but then it goes
clarity, dude.
So then it goes into also where do you stand in God's eyes on only having sex for the sake of procreation?
I'm out.
You know what I mean? Because that's why they say Irish Catholics have so many kids, because it's they only banged 12 times, but they have 12 kids.
Right. I don't.
But that actually doesn't make sense because like that would assume that every time you had sex, you automatically got pregnant. No misses.
No, but like the intention has to be there. I don't know if you have to deliver. It's hard to have kids.
Yeah.
That'd be insane.
Right.
Like if you fucked and she didn't end up pregnant.
If you were just 12 for 12.
You get like fucking whipped or some shit. Like what happens?
Yeah.
Ruler on the wrist.
Right.
Ruler on the dick.
Rug burn?
Put your dick on the table, young man. You get that woman pregnant next time.
Yeah, that's they'll be fine though.
Yeah.
Fake it till you make it.
I think honestly, I think waiting helps establish a relationship. I really do believe that. I'm not saying I'm going to wait like till marriage, but I'm saying wait, like not banging right away. Like you and Emily, for example, when you met her, you didn't immediately bang. It took a while.
Yeah.
Look how beautiful your relationship is.
Yeah,
that's
true.
important.
Yeah.
I actually do believe it.
Well, that's the beauty about like
that's
the beauty about like college relationships is because like you could spend so much time with the person like getting to know them.
Right.
Versus now it's like you don't have that unless it's like an office thing.
Right. Yeah, you just start you start out, you're like, this is our first date.
Right.
We meet for the first time on our first date. It's harder to do that. But you just got to be like cognizant of it. You know, you just got to be like, I ain't giving it up, lady.
Right.
You know, my temple.
Right. Yeah, we believe you.
Fuck
what else you got? Anything else?
Stuff.
I don't really have that much stuff.
What do I got for you? I look at. I mean, this is whatever. We got fucking why not? I'm just gonna empty the clip. So after New Year's, while I was still in Florida, you know, there's a certain period where right before New Year's and right after New Year's, you're saying Happy New Year to everybody you see, pretty much.
Yeah.
And after New Year's, I was in Florida until the 6th. So that whole time I was like, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. And in our building that my parents live in, there's like a decent amount of older people. And, you know, it's just, saying Happy New Year to like a sweet old lady is just like nice. Like, nice. I'm so ready to go.
I enjoy a Happy New Year.
Me too.
Didn't know I actually, it's funny you say that because I enjoyed it this year particularly.
Isn't it just nice? It's like,
nice, hey, Happy New Year.
It's like a manners.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, that's nice that you actually pulled through with that. And so I was just ready to go. So if I was in the elevator with an old lady or an old man, I'd be like, Happy New Year. And they'd be like, oh. It's like, I want them to know I'm one of the good ones.
Sure.
Good millennial, right?
Yeah.
There was this one lady, though. God, she was 150. Like, she was so old. She had a little, like, walker there. She walked in, and we were, like, chit-chatting a little bit, but she was pretty quiet, so we didn't really chat much. And we get off at her floor, and I go, Happy New Year, and she goes, Happy Halloween, and walks out of the elevator. Like, she didn't say that at all. Like, she was so confident, she just, like, hobbled out on her little walker, and I was just like, Happy Halloween, holy shit. I was just laughing in the elevator.
That's funny as fuck. Wow.
It was so cute, dude.
Wow, that's great.
Oh, it was so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the whole.
Not much to add on that one. That's just a good little joke there, buddy.
Good little how you doing?
Yeah, that's a good little how you doing.
Yeah, that's it.
That's nice.
What else I got for you?
Happy Halloween.
It's like Happy New Year. Happy Halloween. Oh.
Let's see. Does your boy?
I mean, I have the whole AIM thing written here. I don't know if you want
Oh,
to
yeah,
talk
I had
about
that too.
You had that, right?
Yeah.
I have a funny quote that Emily said this morning that made me fucking crack up. I have nothing behind it, but Emily's been doing this 1,000-piece puzzle, and she's getting real into it. And she's finally like building up a lot of momentum, and it's been on this fucking table for weeks, and it's finally now
it's coming to a climax.
Last 2 times I was here, it was just the border. I came in last night, and it was like full almost. And she's just like walking by and like popping pieces. And
she's like sniping things from afar and just like grabbing pieces and dropping them in the right spot.
She's like literally sauteing onions with one hand and like putting pieces in with the other hand. And fucking this morning, she like quote unquote, she walks by and it's like she puts a piece and she goes, "Puzzle's such a nice little adrenaline rush first thing in the morning." And I'm just like, tell me you're 30 and married without fucking saying I'm 30 and married. Yeah. Like, puzzle, what an adrenaline rush first thing in the morning. Putting a piece in. I'm like, you're fucking crazy.
Nothing like doing your taxes.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing like
Oh, yeah.
TurboTax gets me going.
Yeah. Paid my rent first of the month. Didn't forget. Lovely.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm a good.
Yeah. I'm enjoying 31, though.
Oh,
We had
wow,
some-
yeah, you're tree one. Tree one.
I know.
Wow.
Feels different.
31 feels
Now I'm
different than
going
30?
into it.
Because now you're in your 30s.
Yeah.
Like you were 30, now you're in your 30s.
Because 30, it's like, oh, you're 30. But like 31, I'm thinking about like 21.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like 30 and
Decades
20, I
now.
wasn't really thinking about 20 that much. 31, I'm really thinking about 21. And I'm like, that's so crazy, that difference.
That is crazy. The difference is nuts because, I mean, literally a different person.
Yeah, not
Like,
even close. Well, you go to 11, you know.
What?
Maybe every 10 years, it's just, you know.
Oh,
Listen,
good
I'm
11,
happy
yeah,
with
yeah.
the person I am. I'm hoping at 41, I'm even further along.
I mean, I would think there's no way you're not.
But it's interesting to be like, because you go, don't even get me started when I was 1. So stupid.
So dumb.
But yeah,
31, yeah, man. Wow.
like yesterday, we had some friends over. We watched the football games.
I was pissing myself last night because at one point it was like after 10 minutes of this conversation, I looked up and I was like, how did we fucking get here? We were talking about like birthing complications and I was just like, where are we at in our life? Like, where am I at in my life where I'm like the one guy where I'm like, I got nothing to put in here. There's everybody's
Well,
like,
you hang out with-
what do you do? Like, we're getting ready. Like, how do I prepare my fucking uterus for birth? And I'm like, how do we change the fucking topic so I don't leap out the window onto my fucking neck? How do we do
Listen,
that?
you hang out with women in their 30s and
Married
that
folk.
enters the conversation 100%.
Yeah, and everybody's married. Well, they're all
Listen,
engaged.
this
They're married.
is maybe this is a little ignorant to say, okay? But there's been a huge push of women talking about women's issues and like claiming those issues and like bringing them up. And it's like men should like know about it or like educating men. So like or in the political stance of like men make political decisions about women's bodies, but like they don't know anything about it. But then there's also the second thing of like men are supposed to know about it. You know what I mean? Like I err on the side of like you should 1000% be in control of all those issues and all those things. You should have full say. It's insane that 70-year-old white dudes in Congress are the ones making those
70.
calls.
You wish they were only 70.
That being said, I don't want to hear about your period. I don't want
On
to
my
hear
own
about
terms, I'll read about
I
the period.
don't want to hear about your like Emily goes into that stuff sometimes and I'm just like I love you.
Yeah.
But like gross.
But the thing, not devil's advocate,
And I can
back you up.
I'll do it.
To back
Gun to
you
my
up,
head,
though.
I'll do it, ladies.
To back you up, though. They don't want to hear about our fucking issues.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't want to hear about my fucking morning wood and shit.
Yeah.
And like my balls and shit.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear about all that.
No.
I can tell you all about it.
Yeah.
I can tell you all about
the
what I got
trials
going
and
on down
tribulations
here.
about
Yeah.
that. You don't want. Yeah.
You know.
That's all
Boners
it
and
is.
shit. I'll
That's
tell you
all it
about
is.
it.
That's all it is.
Yeah. It's just like time and place. If I ask you, answer.
Yeah.
I could be curious.
There's a. Well, I'm going to say this, and maybe we'll cut it afterwards. But there's my friend has a show on Instagram, huge popular fucking show. I'm not even going to drop the name. She does this show. It's like a TikTok question things, and she asks guys questions about women's bodies, and it's like a show about like how little, and she'll be like how many tampons does a woman use in a cycle, or like what is a hymen. And like can a woman pee when she has a tampon in? Like all these like
The good stuff.
these like women's health things, and it's like a political thing, and it shows how and like she asks these guys and they give fucking dumb as shit answers, or like they just mostly it's like they try and fill in what they think, and it's like dumb as fuck. It's funny, like it's funny shit. But then it lands to like go out and vote and make sure, and it's like I fucking support that movement. Like I have no qualms with that. Make fun of the guys, do all that shit. But you don't want to meet the guy who knows the answers to those questions.
Knows everything.
You don't want to know the guy who's like, oh yeah, shedding of the uterine wall, that means, and then just like knows that fucking answer. It's like the male gynecologist.
Yeah.
You don't want a male gynecologist. Yesterday it came up in conversation that someone in the city, some guy was just arrested because he was a gynecologist and was licking women's vaginas. Okay? That felt so wrong coming out of my mouth. That guy deserves deserves the death penalty. But like,
Yeah, he does.
I'm fucking, you know.
But he should have never been in that position.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm like, there's such thing as being too much of an ally, where it's like, what are you up to, buddy?
Yeah.
It's like,
okay, that's the
what are you
angle.
up
That's
to,
the angle.
buddy?
I was like I left you on a cliff there. I
No,
didn't know where to
what
finish.
are you up to?
Right.
Why are you doing homework on this?
We don't.
Like,
That's where I stand. It's like I'm educated as much as I think I need to be. I'll listen if I really have to.
Yeah.
If it's like super important, I'm all ears.
It's cut.
But on the whole, take the power and we're good.
100%. It's kind of like the guy in high school who's like really good friends with girls, and they're like, he's such a good guy. It's like he's being a little weak. He's trying to fuck one of you.
Yeah.
He's trying to put his little hand in there.
Yeah.
Like he's being weird.
For sure.
He's like, yeah, he's a nice guy, but he ain't that fucking nice.
Yeah.
There's something.
He's got a
weird
motive.
going. Yeah. There's something afoot.
Yeah.
There's something afoot. I'm thinking of a person, a very specific person from high school right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you know what, if you stayed along for that long of the podcast, we'll leave it in for you. And
Fuck yeah.
you know, that's like hour fucking 30 probably. So
It's beautiful.
you got anything else?
That's all I got.
Let me see if I
Except
have.
for that aim thing, but I don't have anything written and I have nothing.
No,
Yeah.
we've done that. Well, maybe we'll say that a little bit, kind of thing.
I got nothing.
Let's see if I got any bits.
Bam, chicka, chicka. Austin Powers 4. Yeah, that's all I got, bud.
We did some city bike stuff last week that landed.
I've been losing weight. Did want to mention that. I've been losing weight because I've been going out on some first dates. I don't eat shit on these dates.
Really?
Because none of the girls
is
I've been
that
out with
another
are
reason?
eating.
Have you noticed the to go back to that first thing you were saying of how you haven't let it go in a while? Is that a motivator? Like
That I'm single?
the single life?
I mean a little bit to keep it more
We
tight.
get it. You've just been disciplined for years. Fine.
No, a little bit. No, it is a little bit because like if I'm in a relationship, I'll let it go because like I don't want to be like I don't want to not have a good time with
Right.
like the person I'm with.
Right.
Like if you want to eat something, let's fucking eat some stuff. But yeah, I keep it a little more tight, I guess.
Okay, I'm gonna do this because I'm curious what your take is on this.
Love it.
Okay, it's a politically charged thing. So like the right wing is like obsessed that like the Dems are grooming kids, right? Like that's a big talking point. It's like the trans people going and reading them stories and like bringing little kids to pride parades and like they're grooming the kids, right? And the angle I was thinking of as a joke is like it's almost like Republicans forget what it's like to be a kid, you know? Because it's like the kids are grooming themselves. You know, like being a kid, you're like the dirty little kid. You're searching for like the porno on the HBO at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's like kids are gonna groom them. Like and now with the internet, it's like the images they're gonna get, they're gonna fucking get them. You know what I mean? It's like the wheels are off the train track kind of thing. You know what I mean? So it's like the obsession of grooming kids, but the joke is that the kids are grooming themselves.
I think that the only like issue with it is the right wing is obsessed with it because they're just like, we're not bringing you to like a strip club to show you like tits and like straight shit. It's like, why are we throwing this in front of their faces so strongly? So it's like, it's just, I think it's looked at as like peculiar. It's like, well, why are...
Well, this is a bit that could hit both angles.
Right.
It's like Republicans were going to give it to you, but the Dems were also... That's the angle where it's
Right.
like... But in the same breath, you know? It's like, I don't bring my little Timmy... I'll bring him to the library
Exactly.
and let the trans person read him a little story.
Maybe the joke is like, just give
But
them
how
the
come
internet.
they don't have... you got to even it out, too. Because what if my boy is straight? Wherever he wants to go, he can go. But let's get a stripper up there and just make sure he knows which way he wants to roll.
Yes, maybe something like that.
Something like that.
Maybe just put them in a room with the internet. And they'll fucking look up what they want to look up.
On the whole,
If you want titties and dicks in one body,
we
you're gonna
definitely
look it up. You're
don't
gonna
need
find
to keep throwing titties in front of the children. On the whole,
I would think
you know,
that's-
it's
yeah.
like I do think if it happen, it's going to happen naturally.
It's kind of
going to
like
happen naturally.
It's kind of like what we were just saying with like waiting to have sex when you meet somebody.
Okay.
It's like if you just give it to me up front, I'm gonna lose respect for it. I'm gonna be like, they're throwing them in their face. I used to have to fucking make sure nobody was home. Like my laptop, I had to make sure like I was ready to clear my history. I was like, listen, my ear was like on the door as I was typing in tits and ass.
Right.
Like it was like I had to be very crafty.
Now there's probably some like ultra liberal parents that have like porn rooms for their kids.
They're just playing
and
as
they're just
they go
like,
to sleep.
okay, like we'll give you the phone. You can look up,
There's no lullabies. It's just orgasms playing. It's like fucking. It's just like let them fight for it. Let them look for what they want to find.
Right.
They'll look for it.
That's what I was saying.
They're gonna find what they want.
So it's like the kids are grooming themselves.
Right.
Could be a nonpartisan. That's the nonpartisan angle.
Right.
Or it's like and then the Republicans are like, well, bring them to a strip club if you're gonna do this. And it's like my thing is like, how about we just let the kids groom themselves?
Right.
So that's the angle where it's like, if you're going to bring them to we bring them to the strip club, and it's like we want to empower trans voices. Right. So we want to do this, and it's like, well, then you also got to bring the. It's like, how about we just let the kids groom themselves?
Yeah.
So
because also like parents are going to tell their kids at home what they're going to tell their kids. Like you could fucking bring a kid to school and you could throw him into a drag show and you could watch a bunch of dudes with fake tits like fucking dance around and like be funny and do a show. But then, like, they can get home, tell their mom what they just saw, and their mom could be like, no, that's fucking wrong. Yeah. Like, those people go to hell and burning forever. Like, their parents are going to tell them what they're going to tell them.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know if it's helping.
Right.
It's like, what is it really doing?
One, I'm curious because I remember getting read story time by, like, my principal, Yeah. So it's like, kids are going to have memories of, like... trans people reading them stories. Very curious. And like, and then it's like the Dems are always like, the libs are always just like, oh, the Republicans are all up in arms saying that it's like sexualizing them. It's like, I have seen videos on Twitter of like a trans person like twerking in a library with like in like a 4-year-old's face. Like I've seen that video. That video exists. Like it's fucking happening.
Oh, for sure.
I'm curious when those people grow up, what their take is going to be on what they saw.
I think
because parents can debate all day long about like what children are going to see, but it's the children who fucking saw it, and they're going to be grown-ups one day, and it's like, what'd you think, pal?
Well, I think it's not even going to be a question of what'd you think. I think the question is, because the whole point of it is so that it's not an alarming thing for them to see. It's like, so it's almost not, I don't want to use the word desensitization, whatever.
Yeah.
Desensitization.
Right.
But it kind of is that. It's like you want them to see it so that they're used to it and it's like normal to them.
Right.
So by the time that person's our age, he might just be like,
yeah.
What? Saw what? Like
that is true, because then they're going to go through middle school, everyone's non-binary, and it's just going to be normal.
That's what it is now, I feel like.
And this is the second thing I was going to say. Me and Joe one time, I think we were like 16 for one of the girls' birthdays that we hung out at the time. We went to Lips. Yes, which is like a trans restaurant, and it's like
it's
a drag restaurant. Sorry,
Jesus
Christ,
trans brothel.
And Joe grinded for hours.
I mean, basically.
No, we went to Lips. It was a drag like restaurant, and like they sang songs, and like there were our waiters and shit, and it was fucking hilarious. Waitresses, yeah, and I think actually waiters, because it's a no gender term now.
Oh, right.
Like, you're not supposed to say, like, stewardess. They're all flight attendants.
What a dumb world we fucking live in. Fuck
it's not waiters and waitresses. They're all just waiters.
So it's not... Oh, yeah, because they use actor now. They don't say actress.
Right.
Which is stupid. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
God, I'm old.
Yeah. But what I was going to say was, I can't tell... When we went to that place, we had so much fun, and I can't tell you... like how hard politics didn't cross my mind.
Oh, not for a second.
I was at that. Like, at no point was I like, this is a political thing.
No,
I was just
never.
like, this is hilarious. One came up to Joe and was like, you're a very cute boy, and made him grab
her tits.
Yeah, her tits.
She made me grab her tits. She grabbed my tits, and then she made me drink out of like a dick straw. And I was like, what the fuck is up? I was uncomfy, but I wasn't like offended. It wasn't like, I was just like, I really wish this was happening to my friend so I could laugh at it.
Right.
Because I'm not having a great time getting molested.
That's true. Right.
I was like 17 getting molested by a 40-year-old drag queen.
Yeah,
it was very odd.
It was really funny for us to watch you get molested.
I was like laughing, but I was like, this hurts my insides. You know, I was like sweating. But it was funny. We have pictures of it. It's a great time.
Great time.
But if I was 6, there's a different vibe there.
Right.
You know, 6-year-old grabbing some fake
Yeah,
man tits.
that's not right.
Not good, probably.
That's
right?
super not right.
I'm gonna firmly plant myself on the side of that. Let's not do that. That's where I'm at on that. I don't know what that makes me, an animal or what, but I'm gonna say don't do that.
Yeah. Okay, and then I'll just try this one more. I think I've said this one to you before, but maybe let's try and find an angle on it, which was I was sitting at a bar one time. I was at a comedy club. And this kid came up to me who's an open micer who just looks dirty. You know, he just like looks, you know, unhoused, you know. And he's like, "Yo, bro, good to see you." And I've like met this kid like twice, but I like know his face. I was like, "Hey, dude, how's it going?" He's like, "Is anybody sitting here?" And I was like, "No, grab a seat." And then he sits down next to me. First thing he says, he just goes, "Bro, you know any good urgent cares around here?" And I was like, "Are you fucking?" I was like, no. And he was like, "Yeah, like I just feel like shit right now." I was like, "Why the fuck did you sit next to me?" You know?
Yeah.
So that, I don't know, that was the interaction that we had. And then I was just like, yeah, dude, like Google it. And he was like, "Oh, true."
Google just never crosses mind.
But yeah, I don't know if that's maybe that's nothing. That's a full 0. But
No.
something about just like that interaction of just
No, that's
like,
not a full 0. There's something there.
it's like, what do you know, like, one, where am I at that this person was like, I'm going to approach this guy.
Yeah.
You know, this is my guy. I'm going to
No.
ask him I got a question for him, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, also, what is wrong with people in that they would assume such an interaction wasn't problematic.
Yeah. It's like someone walking up to you and like shaking your hand like, "Hey, how you doing?" You know, I really got to start washing my hand after I take a shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, why would you shake my hand post shit? Not
Yeah.
and tell me that you didn't wash your hands.
Right.
Like, you could sit next to me sick, but don't be like, "Dude, I'm really sick. Where should
Right.
I go?" I'm like, "Not here. Anywhere else."
Yeah, my hands are wet. It's like, "Oh, you washed your hands?" No, I just pissed on them.
It's like, no, I dropped my phone in the toilet and
Yeah.
just grabbed it. Like,
Yeah,
you know.
that's
like,
an angle.
Yeah, there's something there. There's not a 0.
Something about the person, though. It's like,
What kind of a fucking person?
it's just that, you know, there's unhinged psychopaths in our world. There's fucking, you know, with all this mental health movement, I needed to speed up a little bit. You know, something like that.
Maybe it's like, maybe the mental health movement's working in reverse because people are just feeling way too fucking comfortable
Okay.
when they need to be like recluse and
Right.
locking themselves in the room to play
Right,
video
right,
games.
right.
Some
Okay.
people were just meant to stay inside and play video games.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something there.
Yeah, that's real.
Am I mean? I don't know what's happening.
Let's fucking wrap this shit
wrap
up.
it up. Bow on it.
Love you
Skirt.
all. Bonus
Love you
app.
most.
Peace.
Love you. Peace.